Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about an IRA versus a Roth IRA and the differences and similarities between those two so I can help you decide which option might be better for you. And before we dive in, if you are ready for financial freedom right now, comment freedom below in the comments. And if you're really serious about fast-tracking your financial freedom, then click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. All right, so let's dive in and talk about differences and similarities between an IRA and a Roth IRA, because this comes up a lot. A lot of people don't know if they should be starting out with a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. And just to clarify, an IRA is an individual retirement account. So this is an account that you will set up on your own. It's not usually an employee-sponsored plan like a 401k. And first off, so if you are earning taxable income, so income from, a 9-to-5 job, or if you're earning tips from waitressing, or any type of income that's going to be taxed, then you qualify for an IRA. And the only thing is, there may be more tax deductions that you could take if your income is a little bit lower. So if you have a really high income, you might have to take less tax deductions. But everyone can contribute to an IRA if they're earning taxable income. And then with a Roth IRA, you can also qualify if you are earning taxable income, but there are income limits. So if you are earning $135,000 of your modified adjusted gross income, and you're single, then you can still contribute to a Roth IRA. But if you're earning over that, then you won't be able to contribute to a Roth IRA. And then if you are married, that amount is $199,000, and that's your annual income. The thing is, so with an IRA, you can contribute up to $6,000 per year if you're single, and it's going to be the same with a Roth IRA. So $6,000 per year, and that actually went up this year, so that is kind of exciting. Last year in 2018, it was only $5,500, but now 2019, it's $6,000, which is great. So this is one of the main differences between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. So a lot of people get confused about this. When you're investing in an IRA, you are going to pay taxes when you withdraw your money. So you're putting money into the IRA that has not been taxed yet. And then with a Roth IRA, it's the opposite. So you are paying taxes on your money first, and then you're contributing to your IRA. So everything to your Roth IRA. So everything inside of the Roth IRA will grow tax-free over time. And then when you start withdrawing that money, you can pull it out tax-free because you've already paid taxes when you first put it in. And talking about withdrawing, so with a traditional IRA, you can start, or you have to withdraw by age 70 and a half. So the year you're turning age 70 and a half, you will have to start taking minimum withdrawals from your traditional IRA. But with the Roth IRA, that is not the case. So you actually never have to withdraw the money from your Roth IRA. You could leave it to one of your children or someone else in your family if you wanted to, or if you wanted to start withdrawing in your 90s. So you don't actually have to ever start withdrawing this money. So if you're in retirement already and you already have other sources of income coming in, you're not required to take any money out of your Roth IRA. And with an IRA, you can start withdrawing your money at age 59 and a half, and you can do that without penalty. So if you wanted to start withdrawing that money before age 59 and a half, there would be a 10% withdrawal penalty on that money you're pulling out. Plus, you would have to pay taxes on that money too. But with the IRA or the Roth IRA, you actually can withdraw your contributions. So that's just the money that you have put in, that you've contributed to your Roth IRA at any time you want to. So if you wanted to switch over your investments from the stock market into real estate, which is actually what I did last year, with my fourth real estate property that I purchased. You could do that with a Roth IRA. You could take out any amount that you've contributed so far and not have to pay a penalty on that. And you've already paid taxes, so you don't have to worry about paying taxes again on that money. But if you were to take out your gains, so any money that you've made on your contributions, if you wanted to take that out before age 59 and a half, then there would be at least a 10% penalty withdrawal fee on that money. But you could, in essence, take it out. You would just have to pay that penalty, and you wouldn't have to pay taxes because you already paid them when you put the money inside the Roth IRA. There are a couple of exceptions with an IRA. So if you wanted to take money out for education or for buying your first property, you could do that. And you can look at the limitations on that. But for buying your first property, they usually give you about $10,000 that you could pull out and not have to pay a penalty on. And with the Roth IRA, they also have the first-time homeowners purchase. You can pull out $10,000 and not have to pay a penalty on that. So that is kind of nice with these two retirement accounts. And these are the main similarities and differences between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. And if you're trying to decide which one you want to invest in, these are the things that I like to think about. So I think about, okay, what tax bracket am I in right now? And is it going to be a higher tax bracket later on, or will it be a lower tax bracket? So if I am in let's say, a lower tax bracket right now, and I think when I start pulling this money out, I'm going to be in a higher tax bracket, then I'm going to want to pay taxes right now. So I'd want to open up a Roth IRA and pay the taxes now, because I'll be paying less in taxes if I think that my tax bracket's going to be higher when I start withdrawing that money, and then vice versa. So if I think I'm going to be in a higher tax bracket right now, and it's going to be a lower tax bracket when I start pulling out the money, then I'd want to invest in a traditional IRA. Because I wouldn't pay taxes right now in the higher tax bracket. I would pay taxes when I'm pulling that money out, and I would be in a lower tax bracket. Or if I want to maybe put myself in a little bit lower tax bracket right now, and a way I could do that would be to contribute to an IRA, because then I could write off what I'm contributing to my IRA, which would lower my taxable income, so it would lower my tax bracket. So those are a couple of things to think about. And then also, if you think that you're going to want to pull out some of your money before age 59 and a half, then a Roth IRA could be a good investment, because you can take out that money that you have contributed to your Roth without a penalty. And if you think that you're going to have other sources of income when you are in retirement years, if you think you're going to have those other income sources and you may not want to start withdrawing this money at age 70 and a half, then a Roth IRA could be a good option, because you can just leave that money in there as long as you want to and pull it out when you're 80 or 90, or like I said, just leave it to one of your children or your family members or a close friend or something. So that's, another benefit of having a Roth IRA. So these are just a few things to think about. And if you're curious, I do have actually both of these accounts, because I had a Roth 401k and a traditional 401k. So I just rolled them into their corresponding accounts. And I have mine set up at Vanguard. I really like Vanguard. They have really good funds and really low fees. So that's just kind of a side note on where I have mine set up. But hopefully this helps, and if you guys have more questions, please comment below and ask your questions. And if you have ideas about content that you would like me to create, then please put that in the comments as well. I would love to create videos for you guys. And I have a lot of videos about real estate investing and stock market investing, and just managing your money better. So check those out on my YouTube channel. And if you guys are really serious about fast-tracking your financial freedom, then make sure and click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks!